Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Myself, Dr. Shilpa Nimbal, working as Associate Professor in the Department of Samhita and Siddhanta. Today we are going to break down one of the most fundamental concept in Ayurveda Padartha Vijnana, that is Anumana Pramana. What is Anumana Pramana? This is one of the key ways to drive knowledge using inference as a tool to understand the truth. As we know, Anumana Pramana is a quite biggest chapter in the Padartha Vijnana too. But don't worry, I am going to simplify each part so you can see how it applies to your learnings. Actually, I have divided into many part series. Today we'll see part 1. In this part, we are going to see introduction, nirukti and types of the Anumana Pramana. What is introduction? It is one of the important pramana having great role in darshana and in Ayurveda. Knowledge is of two types. One is the pratyaksha, next one is the apratyaksha. Pratyaksha is called as perceptive, apratyaksha is called as the non-perceptive. These two are the ways to get the knowledge. Here, apratyaksha jnana is pursued by the Anumana Pramana. Derivation of Anumana Pramana or nirukti of the Anumana Pramana. Anu paschat miyate jnayate iti anumanam. Anu, that is a upadarga, ma is the dhatu, lut pratyaya, anu and man. What is anu? Anu is the paschat and mana is the knowledge. The knowledge which we get after the pratyaksha jnana is called as the Anumana. If you refer some other books, students, you get again few more niruktis. Lakshanas. There are many lakshanas you usually find in the different types of the books. So only few lakshanas here I am taking. The first one is Anumiti Karana Anumanam. So what is Anumiti Karana Anumanam? This is told by Tarkasangraha. The Karana or Sadhana of Anumiti Jnana is known as the Anumana. The means of knowledge pursued through Anumiti is known as the Anumana. There is another lakshana, Mitena Lingena Arthasya Paschat Manam Anumanam, that is Vatsayana. Anumana Pramana is the means of knowledge in which, with the visible less features, the rest of the features are known, if he had the knowledge of that previously. That is the meaning of this shloka. There is another important shloka, very important for exam also. Anumanam nama tarko yuktapekshaha यथा अग्निम जारणशक्त्या बलम व्यायामशक्त्या श्रोतादीनम शब्दादि ग्रहणेन्ने इत्यवमादि. So this is told by Acharya Charaka in the Vimanasthana, meaning the yukti associated with tarka is known as Anumana. It is understood by few examples Acharya gives in the shloka. Those are, by digestion capacity the Agni can be estimated. By Vyayama Shakti the strength can be estimated. So these are the few shlokas and you get many shlokas in different books. Now coming to the types of the Anumana Pramana. We have many different types told by different acharyas. We'll see few of them today. As per Acharya Charaka, there are three types of Anumana Pramana: Bhutakalina, Vartamana Kalina, Bhavishyat Kalina. As per Nyaya Darshana, there are two types: Sheshavat, Samanyato Drushta and Purovat Anumana. As per Tarka Sangraha, there are two types of the Anumana Pramana. One is the Swartha Anumana Pramana, one is the Parartha Anumana Pramana. And by other Acharya, again there are three types of the Anumana Pramana. So what are those? Kevala, Anvayi, Kevala, Vetireka, Anvayi, Vetireka. Students, we'll see one by one now. The first three types, then the first is the Puravat Anumana. So, hope you are seeing some pictures here, some animation videos. Let me explain what is this Puravat Anumana. It is inference of cause by effect. Listen carefully. It is inference of cause by effect. Yatra karanena karyam anumiyate tat purvavat. Meaning, what meaning of this shloka is? To infer the effect to be produced in future by observing a present cause is called as the Puravat Anumana. So for future we are assessing. For example, by seeing the seed, the forthcoming fruit can be assessed or inferred. By seeing the clouds, the forthcoming rain can be inferred with this example. So it is also called as the Bhavishyat Kalina Anumana. And it is also called as the Karanat Karya Anumana. Very important, these types for your exams, dear students. So next type, Sheshavad Anumana. Again, you can see few animated videos. Let me explain with example. Inference of effect by cause. Yatra karena karanam anumiyate tat sheshavat. Shesha means effect. Puro means cause. The cause always exists before effect. Cause always exists before effect. Where cause is inferred by effect is called as Sheshavat Anumana. It is otherwise known as Karyat Karanam Anumana. Students, Purvat Anumana is called as Karanat Karya Anumana, whereas Sheshavat Anumana is explained as Karyat Karana Anumana. See, if you see here two pictures, when the patient comes to the doctor with few symptoms, then doctor get Anumana that patient have taken unhealthy food in the past. The same way, the looking at the volume and rapidity of flow, water flowing of a river or flood, one can infer that it has rained heavily. So this is about the Sheshavat Anumana. Another example, Samanyato Drishta Anumana. Samanyato Drishtam Karya Karanat Bhinnalingam. Inference by general observation is called as Samanyato Drishta Anumana. Inference of the objects other than the cause and effect by general observation is called as Samanyato Drishta. It is otherwise known as the Ubhayato Drishta. It is also known as the Vartamana Kalina. Example you can see here. Inference of indirectly existed Agni through the Dhuma. By seeing the Dhuma, though we cannot see the Agni, then we can say by seeing the Dhuma, we can say there might be presence of the Agni. This is the example for the Samanyato Drushta. Next, another very very important type of the Anumana Pramana as per Tarka Sangraha, Swartha Anumana and the Parartha Anumana. Swartha Anumana. Inference for self is the cause of one's own inferential knowledge. So whatever the self knowledge I get it to myself by Anumana Pramana is called as the Swartha Anumana. Next is Parartha Anumana. Once I get the knowledge, so I would like to involve others or understand so what the knowledge I got. That is called as the Parartha Anumana. Means what? After attaining inferential knowledge, a person for his own, he tries to bring about the same knowledge to the others. Is called as the Parartha Anumana. Parartha Anumana, the process of bringing the Anumana Jnana to other person is called as Parartha Anumana. Pancha Avayava Vakya play a very very important role in understanding the Parartha Anumana. What are these Pancha Avayava Vakya? Pratijna, Hetu, Drishtanta, Upanaya and Nigamana. So these are the, what is Pratijna? Pratijna is the proposition, Hetu is the reason, Drishtanta is example, Upanaya is application, Nigamana is the conclusion. These are the Pancha Avayava Vakya to understand Parartha Anumana in very detail. Students, in the Anumana Pramana, there is some of the technical terms or the terminologies are very very important to understand Anumana Pramana very clearly. You must be knowing these terms when you learn the Anumana Pramana. So, once we understand these technical terms, we'll come back again to the Parartha Anumana. First one is Paksha, next is Sadhya, next is Hetu, Vyapti, Drishtanta, Pakshadharmata and Paramarsha. So, we'll see one by one what are these technical terms. First one is the Paksha. Paksha is also called as subject or place. Sandigdhasya Sadhyavan Pakshaha. The subject or place where the object to be proved is suspected as the Paksha. So here I want to take one of the example, Parvato Vanniman. Means you can see here the Parvata, but you cannot see the Agni, but you can see the Dhuma. So with this example, I would like to make you understand these terminologies. Parvato Vanniman, that is mountain. This is mountain is fiery. Paksha, the subject or place where the object to be proved is suspected as the Paksha. Here mountain. So here I want to prove the Agni is there, but where I am proving the Agni? On the mountain. So here mountain becomes the Paksha. Paksha is again of two types, Sapaksha and Vipaksha. Sapaksha, the place where Sadhya is definitely existed, is Sapaksha. Suddenly when we think about the Agni, fire or the Dhoom or the smoke, suddenly in our mind we get one thought in the kitchen. Because in the kitchen we have seen many times, we'll see always about the Dhooma and the Agni. So example for Sapaksha is Mahasana and kitchen. Means place where the Sadhya is definitely existed is Sapaksha. Vipaksha, the place where the non-existence or absence of Sadhya is proved already. So students, do you imagine the fire on the lake or the river? No, the fire cannot exist there. So that place becomes as the Vipaksha. This is the one of the important terminology. Next one we'll see, that is Sadhya. Sadhaniyam yatvat sadhyam. The existence or presence of the object which is to be proved on Paksha is Sadhya. It exists indirectly on the Paksha. So what I am going to prove here? Paksha is the mountain. I am going to prove there is a fire on the mountain or behind the mountain. So that fire or the Vanni becomes as the Sadhya. Next, Hetu. Hetu is reason. यस्य ज्ञानेन पक्षे साध्यस्य सिद्धिः भवति यः भवति स हेतु हेतुर्नाम उपलब्धि कारणम. As per Acharya Charaka says about the hetu, with whose knowledge the existence of the object is proved on paksha is hetu or reason. So with what help I am taking to prove there is a Agni is there in the mountain? Of course with the help of the Dhuma or the smoke. The smoke becomes as the reason here or hetu here. Next is Vyapti, that is invariable concomitance. Yatra 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 tatra dhumah tatra tatra vannihi sahacharya niyamoh vyaptihi. As per Tarkasangraha, this is the definition. What is Sahacharya niyamo? That is inseparable relationship between any of the two. Here the meaning of the Vyapti is the mutual relation between smoke and the fire is that wherever the smoke exists, there exists a fire. This relationship is called as the Vyapti. Example, the relationship of smoke with the fire is the Vyapti. Another important terminology, Drishtanta, Udharana, Upanaya. It is called as the example. Drishtanta. Okay. So Vyapti Pratipadakam Drishtanta Sahitam Vachanam Udaharanam. The example which established the Sahacharya Niyama of Sadhana and Sadhya is Drishtanta. So where earlier I have seen the smoke and the Agni in the kitchen. That is the example. I have seen earlier there. So wherever there is a smoke, there will be Agni. Wherever there will be Agni, there is a smoke. So that I have seen in the kitchen or the Mahanasam. Yata Mahanasam, like kitchen. So that becomes the example for the Drishtanta. Next, Paksha Dharmata, the special feature of subject. Hetoho Pakshe Ruttitvam Paksha Dharmata. The existence of Hetu on Paksha is called as Paksha Dharmata. That is the special feature. Example, the smoke itself on the mountain becomes a special feature of the subject. Next, Pakshata, subjectness. Siddhabhavaha Pakshata. Subjectness is the non-ascertainment. These are the few very, very important terminologies, dear students, to understand Anumana Pramana very clearly. Yes, let us come back to the Parartha Anumana again to make you understand Parartha Anumana. So I will take again example Parvato Vanniman. Example here. You can see the mountain, you can see the smoke, but you cannot see the Agni. To understand better Parartha Anumana, we have to understand the Pancha Avayava Vakya. Coming back here. What is first one is the Pratijna, proposition. Hetu is the reason. Drishtanta is example. Upanaya is application. Nigamana is conclusion. We'll see one by one what are these. So what is Parartha Anumana? The process of bringing the Anumana Jnana to other person is called as the Parartha Anumana. We have seen this definition earlier. The first one, Pratijna. What is Pratijna? That is proposition. Pratijna nam sadhya vachanam purusha nitya iti. So these are the many shlokas or many different explanations we'll get in the different books. So for your exam, and which is the easy for you, so that will be what I'll be explaining to you with the example of yatra yatra dhumah tatra tatra vannihi. Pratijna here, declaration of the thing to be proved in an object, namely that object has a thing to be proved is called. So which object we are proving to others, that becomes the proposition or the Pratijna. So that example is the Parvata Vanniman. So I am going to understand other person, there is a fire in the or the behind the mountain. Next one is the Hetu. Hetur namaha upalabdhi karanam. As per Charaka Vimana, the instrument for attaining the knowledge is called as the Hetu. Here again smoke becomes the, with the help of the smoke I am going to understand about the Hetu to the other person. Next one is the Drishtanta, example. Vyaptihi pratipadakam drishtanta sahitam vachanam udaharanam. Drishtanta is an example, it is also called as the udaharana. The construction denoting the invariable concomitance and accompanied by an illusion is called as the Drishtanta. Here what example I am again taking? So I have already seen same, the smoke and the Agni in the kitchen or the kitchen, so that becomes as the example to understand the Drishtanta. Next one is Upanaya, that is application. Vyapti Vishishtalingasya Pakshadharmatayaha Vachanam Upanayaha. A sentence denoting to the reason of a cause accompanied by invariable concomitance is Upanaya or application. So where the mountain has a smoke as a distinguished by invariable concomitance with fire. So here the Upanaya becomes, application becomes where I am showing in the Parvata, where the fire exists. Last is the Nigamana. Nigamana is the conclusion. Pratijnayaha punarvachanam nigamanam. The repetition of proposition or declaration is Nigamana or conclusion. So by explaining all this, I am establishment of proposition with the help of Hetu, Drishtanta, Upanaya is Stapana or Nigamana. So Dhumatvat Parvatah Vanniman. At last I said, with the help of the smoke, with the help of the Drishtanta, with the help of the Upanaya Hetu, I am concluding. So there is a fire on the mountain. With this example, I am explaining about the Parartha Anumana. Yes, I have already seen there are another 3 types of Anumana Pramana. Those are the Kevala Anvayi, Kevala Vetireka, Anvayi, Vetireka. What is Kevala Anvayi? Kevala Anvayi. Kevala Anvayi is only positive correlation. Only positive correlation is Kevala Anvayi. If only positive correlation exists and negative correlation is absent, then it is called as only positive correlation. Negative or contrary statement is not possible in this. So here that becomes as the Kevala Anvayi. Next, Kevala Vetireka, only negative. The Hetu which has only negative concomitance is called only negative Hetu. That is Kevala Vetireka. Coming back, Anvaya Vetireka Vyapti, positive negative correlation. A Vyapti which pervades both positively and negatively is Anvaya Vetireka, positive negation. Example, in the declaration, wherever there is a smoke, there is always fire exist as in the kitchen. This is the positive correlation, that is Anvaya Vyapti. Next, in the absence of fire, smoke is also absent. Like lake is the Vyatireka Vyapti, means negative correlation. So these are the another type of Anumana Pramana. I want to explain you, show you some picture here to better understanding of the